Hi, YouTube family. Welcome back to Recording Movies Recap. Today I will show you an action, comedy movie from 2019, titled, Exit. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. Lee Young-nam is a young man that lives with his parents because he can't find a job no matter how many places he applies to. He used to be brilliant, back in college and a member of the climbing club, where he won many medals in competitions. Nowadays, however, he spends too much time on the pull-up bars at the park and is considered the town's weirdo, and his nephew doesn't like being seen with him in public. Young-nam still keeps all his climbing equipment in his bedroom, which his sister Young-hyun considers a waste of space. For his mother's 70th birthday, the family wants to throw a big celebration, so Young-nam convinces them to do it at the Cloud Garden, which is far away from home, but he's choosing it because he knows his old crush and fellow climbing club member Ju is working there and he hasn't seen her since college. During the party, most family members make awkward questions about his life, and when he finally finds Ju, things get even more awkward. They leave the room to talk in private, and Ju expresses surprise at him being willing to chat, since she thought he's been avoiding her since she turned him down many years ago when he asked her out. Young man denies this, who is the vice manager, can close up the place. He comes off as a nice, caring boss, but in reality, he only has the position because he's the son of the owner, and without other employees around, he can keep hitting on Ju, who doesn't know how to make him understand she isn't interested. Meanwhile, in a street nearby, a masked stranger badly parks a large truck and breaks its key so nobody can move it later. Then he proceeds to open the truck's valves to release its contents, an unknown toxic gas that soon begins spreading throughout the city, killing every person that breathes it in. Chaos quickly takes over as people begin running for safety, causing accidents in the way and therefore increasing panic. People at the Cloud Garden are unaware this is happening. While Ju is on the phone with a friend that tells her Young-nam lied to her, the family keeps on celebrating until a car crash outside sends a gas tank flying through the window. Now scared, everyone runs outside, only to find the toxic gas spreading and about to reach their block. Ju rushes them all back inside, but Young-nam stays a moment more to find his sister, who had left to find her car. Young-hyun arrives together with the gas. So Young-nam takes the risk and helps her right as she begins breathing the toxins. He manages to get her inside before she inhales enough to die, but she's still in a bad condition and there is a rash on her face. Young-nam and Ju look through the window to see the state of the city and notice the gas is raising, so they try to get the family to run to the roof. Young-nam's father, Jang-soo, still doesn't understand how serious it is and would rather leave. But thankfully at that moment, everyone gets on their phones an emergency message saying people should go to the highest available points and wait for a helicopter to rescue them. The group starts running upstairs only to find the door to the roof locked. Manager Gu doesn't have a key, so Ju drags him and some family members downstairs to the floors that haven't been reached by the gas yet to see if they can find it. There's a TV on with a government employee explaining how to take precautions. Gas masks are good to prevent breathing this new toxic mist, but they only are good from 10 to 15 minutes. Covering the body as much as possible is also necessary to avoid rashes and blisters. The helicopters are going around rescuing people, but there's no need for citizens to flood them with messages. They'll be rescued as they find them on the way, not in order of calling. Ju remembers the hotel had acquired 3 gas masks some time ago, but she can't find them because Manager Gu has hidden them for himself as soon as he heard the announcement. He only takes them out after Ju leaves to find an alternative, so he can try and get one of the family members to go down into the dangerous rooms to search for the key instead of himself or the woman he likes, but none of the others wants to do it. Hearing that the roof door could be opened from outside, Young-nam gets an idea. He starts throwing things at the window until he breaks it. Then he asks Ju for some rope he could use to climb the building and get the door. Ju gives her the rope together with a hook and some chalk for his hands, then young man proceeds to Ignore his family's worry and please not to do it, and jumps to the roof of the building next door. He reaches the railing and slips, but luckily he manages to hold onto it and climb back. After studying the Cloud Garden building to find good gripping points, Yeongnam ties the rope to the roof he's on and jumps back to the Cloud Garden, holding himself on the various nubs and decorations on the walls while one of his relatives records him, so the whole family can watch him on their phones. But this idea is soon discarded when they see a gas station blow up in the distance, sending a wave of the toxic mist their way. Eui-ju points at a tower crane a few blocks from there, deciding that's their safest bet, and they leave the building again. The pair starts parkouring all over the city as the drone Jang-soo paid for finds them and follows them around, recording their escape in their process. The news station puts them on TV, and now everyone in the country is following their progress and cheering for them, wanting them to make it to safety. After climbing a building by using its advertising signs, Yeongnam and Eui-ju make it to a roof that they can't get out of because it's too far away from the other buildings to jump, and at the same time, the drone that has been following them falls because it runs out of battery. Thinking this is their end, they begin crying, and Yeongnam apologizes to Eui-ju for having lied to her, so they hug. Their little moment is suddenly interrupted by a buzzing sound and a bunch of lights. It's a fleet of drones, sent by various citizens that want to help and keep on streaming their adventure. Yeongnam gets an idea and draws it on the floor with chalk for a drone to see, and it accepts to do it. The drone takes some rope and, after a couple of failed attempts, ties it to a pipe on the opposite building, so now Yeongnam and Eui-ju can slide through it. Sadly, because of their weight, they don't make it to the other side. Instead, they get stuck in the middle. Not only that, but their weight also causes the rope to start sliding off the pipe, so Eui-ju takes some pliers from Yeongnam's bag and cuts the rope, hoping they can swing into the building as a couple of Tarzans. At that moment though, the rope gets loose from the pipe and they fall. Everyone watching the stream, which suddenly ends, thinks they're dead. The rescue helicopter still makes its round just in case, but when they're about to leave, they see that Yeongnam and Eui-ju have managed to reach the crane, so they quickly fly to them to finally rescue them. Once there, taken to the safety area, Yeongnam reunites with his family with lots of tears involved, and Eui-ju gets to call her parents to tell them she's okay. Manager Gu comes to see her then and calls her by a pet name she hates, so she hits him and turns him down for good. Afterward, Yeongnam tries to give her back the hook she had lent him, but she tells him he can return it when they see each other again. Looking forward to hanging out together in the future, the two of them smile at each other while enjoying the rain that suddenly starts falling, cleaning the toxic gas away. Kindly subscribe the channel for more movies. Thanks for watching.